Attention stage 14, engine 14, engine 16, engine 17, engine 8, fire safety 2, engine rescue 11, truck 17, truck 8, battalion 1, battalion 2, battalion 3. Respond to 624 Kari Street, 624 Kari Street. Reference A structure fire. Advise that there may be a subject trapped inside of the building. A male inside cannot walk. Male in the house is going to be a bill. You have PS4, engine 14, engine 16, engine 17, engine 8, fire safety 2, rescue 11, truck 17, truck 8, battalion 1, battalion 2, battalion 3. Time out 9:59.
We were en route to the call in Portsnet. It was, I think it took us 8 to 10 minutes to get there, emergency traffic. En route, there was multiple reports of a person trapped.
To be advised that the man inside the residence cannot walk, possibly trapped inside the residence. The subject may be trapped inside the residence. He cannot walk. The caller can see the roof on fire.
I remember getting dressed, and it was pretty serious. We had confirmed entrapment, and a family member outside basically still saying that somebody was inside. And I looked over at Josh, and we were all dressed up. We were ready. We dapped each other up, and we were like, "Hey man, it's time to go to work."
Hey Jeff.
There's a lot of smoke.
Copy that. 16. Take your crew interior with the time limit.
We ended up not parking on the block of the fire. We parked on a side street and we ran up. I remember as we were running up, Chief got out of his car and told us to assist engine 14 inside. We immediately started massing up in the front in the driveway there, and as soon as Captain was ready, me and him beelined it for the door.
When you're driving an engine, or really any rig, you're not fully dressed. You don't have an air pack in your seat, for one, and typically you're not fully dressed. Once we arrived on scene, we knew we were going to work, so we had a 4-man crew. 3 guys just went to go get our assignment, so I had to basically catch up. Got off the rig, got everything, all my gear on real quick, grabbed a tool, and basically ran down the road as fast as I could. Caught up to my crew just as they were putting their regulators in to make entry. I quickly followed suit and joined them for a primary search.
As soon as I made it inside, I announced engine 8, engine 8. From there I heard the captain from engine 14 who said, "Engine 8 over here."
Here, I got a hose line right here. Hey! Engine 8 right here!
I went straight to his voice. From there, I said, "What do you got?" And he said, "My man needs a hand right there."
Right here, bro! Get through there, my man needs a hand. What you got? Straight through here. Where we at? I want to know. I'm gonna blast. What you got, man? I don't know what's coming. I got a leg here and a leg there. You got a leg? 2 legs. Alright, ready?
I made a sharp left, and I went straight down, and that's where I met firefighter from engine 14. He said, "I have a patient, agonal breaths, unconscious." From there, it was fast. Everything happened super fast. Basically, all of a sudden, I felt a foot in my hand, and it was like, in your mind, you're like, man, it's time to go.
What's behind us, buddy? Hey, get us a clear way out of here!
Man, this is 17. I can tell the back of my eye. Not too far on the side.
Good? Let's go! Where's our door?
Everything's probably fine.
The hose on the back of the seat, put it over there. Yeah. It's engine 8. Really, it's me. Yeah, what's up? We gotta go, we gotta get him out of here. I got a foot in my hand, we gotta get him out of here.
I went up to him, made contact with him, let him know that I was there, and he said, "Hey man, I got a leg." So he literally took the patient's leg and handed him to me. So at that point, obviously, things got very real very quickly, as if they hadn't been already, but we knew it was time to work.
You're going to have heavy involvement right there at the peak. Right about the middle of the field structure and also over on the Bravo side. Hit force. Engine 17, if you'll take that assignment.
Right here, grab him. Where is our exit? Right here. Right here?
Very small things like communications between us made it that much more efficient and effective. Things like ready, move.
And together we just start with the simple command that we've always been taught, ready, move.
Find the direction of the exit, and we started heading out, you know, and it was just ready, move, all the way out.
All right, ready, move. Ready, move. Ready, move.
That's right.
Ready, move. Ready, move. Ready, move. Ready, move. Ready, move. All right, let's pick this guy up. Pick him up. Ready?
As soon as we got to the front door, we got him out onto the front lawn and we began working him right away. Somebody announced that he was breathing,
He's breathing.
so at that point we grabbed the BVM, started cleaning off his face. He had a lot of soot on him. At that point you could see he started having chest rise and fall.
Hey, we got you, buddy. He's struggling to breathe, but he's breathing. Where's the EMS here? Hey, right, we need a EMS is here, right here. He's got oxygen on. He's breathing. All right. I got it.
Hey guys, what you got?
He's just out, I don't know how long, but he's just breathing. Yeah, he's breathing. Let's get him away from here.
EMS was very quick in getting to us and then also getting him transported. It was a very seamless operation on that side. So definitely kudos to EMS, not only for the initial patient care, but that patient care all the way throughout to the hospital and also some of the specialty places that he went to.
One of the things that I thought about so many times over and over, and honestly still to this day I think about, is how we removed him from there, right? So we initially just grabbed his legs and pulled, right? And we just had to get out of there. Well, part of me was like, what if I got around to his head and I bear hugged him and just pulled him out with someone guiding me? Would that have been faster? Well, come to find out, after speaking with Bill, his doctor had told him that if he would have even taken just 2 more breaths that day, that he would not have survived. So, you know, I go back and I think, okay, well, if I would have picked him up, you know, now he would have been that much further into that smoke. I mean, it was blackout conditions. You couldn't see anything. Well, the way we moved him, he stayed as low as he possibly could stay. So, is there better ways? Yes, but you know, every situation is different, and in the end, it might not have been, you know, the best way, but it was the best way for that day.
Training, company level training. Without training every single day like we do, I don't think that we would be good enough to make that happen. So I think that that is one of the most important things that we can do as firefighters, is train every day so that when you're called to an incident like this, you're prepared. And you can't win everything all the time, but you can be as prepared as you possibly can to win. Teamwork was huge. First of all, we had a 4 firefighter crew. We had a 4-person crew, and everyone knew their job. We all worked together with very little communication because we had trained together so much. Everyone knew what tools they needed to have. We all basically formed in the positions that we typically do in training, and we executed what we practice every day. We don't get a chance to, you know, remove victims from fires every day, but we can certainly prepare ourselves so that we're ready when we are called to do that.
I'm most proud of how our crew worked together as a team. In this job, you don't do any one thing as one person. Everything we do from the very beginning to the end of our career is done as a team.
It could look really bad, but you know, a lot of times we have to analyze it really quick and we have to decide, is there any space that is tenable, right? Is there any way that somebody can be alive in that building? And we train for all of this. You know, I hope that, you know, nobody takes this lightly. I hope that anybody that does come into the department in the future, or people that are already in the department, everybody, I hope they all have the same mentality towards life. I mean, that's what we're here for, is to protect and to save life, right? Life first and foremost.
We were very fortunate to have a really good command presence there that day. We had a battalion chief who understands our job. He knows what we need to do as well as we do. So it's important that with good fire tactics and good training and aggressive firefighting, that you have the support to make sure that all of that can be put into play effectively. If there's tenable space in a fire, whether there's reports of victims trapped or not, all of that space needs to be searched, every single fire. It's not anyone's job other than ours to go in and make sure that there's no one in there. If there is, it's also our job to remove them. So we had a really good command staff at that fire who allowed us to go in and do our job, basically.